Hey y'all. Ew. Hi. I don't have an intro. I'm not a real YouTuber. Whatever. Anyway, today we're tier ranking iconic K-pop moments because I've been a fan of K-pop since 2016. I thought it could be fun. So let's do this, okay? Let's do this. I have picked a few moments of K-pop history with no specific timeline in mind. It's just a few moments I was like, these are like ingrained in my brain. We have 5 tiers. The first one is you just had to be there. Like, it's so iconic, you just had to live through the moment of when whatever moment happened. Then we have which is like yeah. Yeah, it happened. It's iconic. It's whatever. Then we have the I don't get it tier, we have the tragic tier, and then we have the I wish this never happened. So let's just like get into it, I guess. First is the iconic Yoongi Seesaw fan cam. Honestly, it's an aha moment for me, cause yeah, it's iconic, but there's so many fan cams out there that are iconic. Also, like, Yoongi fan cams in general, they're just like all over Twitter, okay? You can't escape them. So it's an aha moment. Yeah, that happened, because there are just like too many moments. It's not like a you just had to be there moment because it changed the trajectory of everybody's lives. That's not what happened, unfortunately. Well, I mean, I did see it live, so it did change the trajectory of my life. Next, we have Triple H, which I'm going to put in the tragic moment. Triple H is one of the things that was the best thing and the worst thing that could have ever happened to K-pop. It's the best thing because Triple H Triple H, while they were active, you just had to be there. It was the moment. The music just slapped. They were it. Okay? They made bomb-ass music. It was the best thing ever. However, the disbandment of Triple H was like the worst thing that could have happened to K-pop, because Triple H was the best thing. Taking it away from us and taking the music away from us, worst thing ever. It's tragic. I wish it never happened. I wish, okay? Then we have Mark's verse in Jopping, which I'm gonna put in the you just had to be there, cause the song itself, I feel like everybody... First of all, what the hell was Super M anyway, okay? Like, it was just there one moment. I don't know. Jopping came out, and it changed everything. I think I listened to the full song twice in my entire life, but I'm still fluent in Mark's verse. Everybody can do Mark's verse. It's so iconic, and every time the song came on shuffle, I just like fast forwarded to Mark's verse, listened to it, rapped my tiny little heart out, and then I skipped to the next song because like I don't care about the rest of the song. I'm so sorry. I don't care about the rest of the song. But this verse was it. This is K-pop. I should have put NCT lyrics in there. Like, in general, just like NCT lyrics themselves, they're different. Then we have Soojin's return to Instagram, which, if you don't know, how do you not know? Soojin was a member of G-Idol. Soojin was a member of G-Idol, and she was my bias. She left the group, or she was on hiatus for a while because of bullying allegations and rumors, which were proven to be false. She never returned to the group, which is very unfortunate and very sad. I miss her every day. So when she opened an Instagram account, my world 180 degrees. It just like shifted everything, okay? I'm gonna put it in the aha moment because it's not something where it's like you just had to be there because it just shook the entire K-pop world, but enough people are aware of it and enough people care to like make it a whole thing, so that's why I included it in this list. I mean, I googled Soojin's Instagram account and a bunch of like fake ones came up, so I don't think it reached every corner of K-pop yet. We have something, okay, I should have started with this one. I'm gonna put it in the you just had to be there tier. It's the feud between Jimin and Twice's Jonghyun. So Jimin from BTS and Jonghyun had beef. I don't think we know why, and I would pay any amount of money to find out why they had beef. What was wrong between them? It's just, you just had to be there. If you don't know, if you didn't live through that time, I can't explain it to you. I can't, you just had to be present. You just had to be there. It's funny, okay? It's funny. And I wish that we knew why they had beef. Then we have Lil Uzi Vert, or I'm just gonna call him Lil Uzi. Lil Uzi being completely destroyed by GFriend disbanding. And I'm gonna put that in the you just had to be there tier because you just had to be there. Bro was going through it. And by the way, this is how I found out that GFriend was disbanding. I loved Mago and so did Lil Uzi. And this guy went on Twitter and he was crying that GFriend was disbanding. He was such a huge fan. And then he went on Instagram Live and like cried about the disbandment of them. It was a whole thing. It was everyone on K-pop Twitter was aware of what was going on with Lil Uzi. So sad. Then we have Red Velvet performing in North Korea. And I'm gonna put this in the I wish this never happened. I don't know. I think Red Velvet was chosen to perform in North Korea in front of North Korea's dictator. The crowd was so dead. The tension could be cut with a knife. It was like the performance. Red Velvet did great, but yeah, it's wild. Next, we're gonna go with a specific period of time. And technically, you had to be there to know what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna put this moment in the I don't get it tier. And it's the Stan Luna period of time on K-pop Twitter, where everywhere you went, which was I think shortly before and a little bit after Luna's debut, everybody and their mother's cat was saying Stan Luna underneath everything. Every tweet, everything, every comment section was full of Luna fans telling everybody to stan Luna. Great promotion. It worked. Everybody fucking knew who Luna was, but you could not escape the tweets. You could not escape anybody shoving down Stan Luna down your throat. We then have, oh my god. We then have Jessie falling down the stairs. I don't need to say anything more. I'm gonna put it in tragic. Or I'm gonna put this in I wish this never happened. No, I put it in tragic because that was really fucking embarrassing for her. But if this never happened, I wouldn't have laughed. Next, I'm gonna talk about Lino from Stray Kids. Specifically talking about that one pre-debut video. You know, that one? I don't know. I'm just gonna put it in, I wish I had a tier between and you just had to be there. Because I wasn't there when it was filmed. I wasn't there when it was released, obviously. It's just iconic. It's just so iconic. It's just so funny. We're looking at the next K-pop sensation. Oh man. If I knew him personally, I would never ever let him live that down. Ever. It's really cute. Also the fact that he was a backup dancer for BTS before he became a Stray Kids member. It's just crazy. It's just so cool. It's so nice to have this piece of history to look back on and compare it to where he is now, which is incredible. That's really awesome for him to go from like, oh, I'm auditioning, I want to, be a dancer, I want to be a singer, I want to be successful, and then be a dancer, singer, and be successful. That's awesome. It's just funny, and I would tease the fuck out of him if I knew him. This moment, when I lived through this, when I saw what was happening, I was like, what the dude, holy shit. Not to criticize an entire country, but South Korea. I'm talking about the moment where news broke that Irene from Red Velvet read a feminist book, and then men started cutting up her photo card and like burning her merch and stuff like that. I'm gonna obviously put it in the I wish this never happened moment because oh my god, how backward. Moving on. I'm just straight up gonna say it. I don't need an explanation, but Psy's collab with Yoongi for that, you just had to be there. You just had to be there. This was everything. It's not even that long ago, but you just had to be there, okay? You just had to be there. Next, Isaac. I'm talking about the entirety of Isaac, which, if you're from Germany, is kind of like Bundesjugendspiele for K-pop idols. It's a bunch of groups that come together to participate in different kind of sports and games. I don't understand. I don't get it. I never understood the point of it. It got us a few kind of cute, funny moments from K-pop idols and stuff. But like, I don't know. And then you get like like some groups are banned from Isaac. I think BTS is banned from Isaac. I don't understand. I don't get it. Next, we have Ives Wonyoung. I'm gonna put her in the aha tier because she is iconic. She changed K-pop and she changed what it means to be a K-pop stan. It comes with a lot of negative side effects, to be honest. Like when she took over K-pop TikTok, that was the worst time of my fucking life. The whole whatever, hydration, boost. Get that shit off my fucking For You page, okay? She is iconic because she's pretty, she's like an it girl, and she first became a thing because of the IZ*ONE panorama walk, like the Wonyoung panorama walk. Awesome, okay? Girly really worked. She walked. Next moment, I'm gonna put in the you just had to be there category because, and I'm obviously talking about the news of Hyuna and E'Dawn dating breaking. This was a moment that shook the entire world, okay? Earthquakes, I'm speaking floods, everything. The world changed when the news broke that the two of them were dating, which makes Triple H just so much more iconic and so much more tragic because Triple H disbanded because Hyuna and E'Dawn both left Cube. Insanity. It was, I have no word. You just had to be there. Like everybody was talking about it. Everybody had been speculating. And then when the news broke that they were dating, everybody went back to like look at moments of Triple H and the two of them together and like try to figure out when they started having a thing for each other. They were so cute. They were so cute. They were engaged. I think they were broken up. Or I think they are broken up. It's not quite clear. I think both of them never really said anything about it. I don't know. But both of them iconic on their own and together. And that moment in time is taught in history lessons now. I'm not in high school anymore, but I know that if I open a history book, page 156, that a picture of Hyuna and E'Dawn is in there, and the detailed history on what went down during that time period when the news broke both of them were dating. I don't want to be canceled. Blinks, please don't come at me, okay? I went to their concert, I've seen them live, I like their music. I have been a fan of K-pop since 2016, and they were one of the very first groups that I really started liking and I've been following ever since. Don't come at me, okay? Don't find out where I live. Please don't. I'm just going to say Blackpink as a whole. I'm gonna put it in the aha moment because the fact that a group that has debuted in what, like 2015 or 2016, with a comeback like every other year, that is so inactive, so controversial, and yet so wildly successful is just baffling to me. It's so crazy that this K-pop group essentially is just a bunch of models that just all kind of like do their own thing, and they come together like every 2 or 3 years, get out like 5 songs, and then they're on another hiatus for like another 2 years, and then they randomly go on a world tour. It's just, the concept of Blackpink is so wildly different. No one's ever done this before, I think. And yet there's like no other group could get away with this. It's wild. But hey, gotta love Blackpink. I love Blackpink, okay? Don't cancel me. Don't cancel me for saying this. They're so successful in what they do, even though they don't really fit into they're not like other groups. You know what I'm trying to say? It's wild. It's wild. But moving on, kind of related though. I'm gonna put this in the... Actually, I chose 2 pictures for this because I couldn't decide. I'm gonna put one in the tragic and one in the I wish this never happened moment. And I'm talking about the BTS and Blackpink ships. It's a moment in time you just kind of like... I mean, you also had to be there, to be honest, but it's just so... The edits were so bad. And it was just like every member with every member of the other group. It was just so weird that we had like Lee Cook, which is like the most present ship from BTS and Blackpink. Lee Cook is like the Larry of K-pop, where they kind of know each other, or they kind of like knew each other, they at least knew of each other. But if they were in the same room, not even looking in the same direction, people would make analysis videos of why they were together, and they had to pretend not to know each other for the sake of like they're keeping their jobs or whatever, and like keeping the fans happy, but they were secretly in a relationship. Wild, just absolutely wild. I saw a couple of those videos It's just the mental gymnastics some people do to explain certain things is wow. And yet the edits were just so terrible. They were just so terrible. They were just so bad. Next, we have, I specifically chose Pristin V. I'm gonna put it in the tragic tier because they dropped Get It, which was a banger. It's so good. I still listen to this. And then they never dropped anything else. And then Pristin disbanded. The whole Pristin thing in itself was very, very complicated, very sad. But like Pristin V with Get It just is a whole new level of heartache because the song was just so dope. It was so damn good. It was really, really good. Then we have, and I have to be honest, the Taemin Twilight Apple scene. I'm gonna put it in the I don't get it because why did he do that? It was just him and this like girl. I don't know the girl. I don't know the context of this, to be honest. It's been around. I've seen it multiple times. I know of it. It's like iconic. I feel like everybody knows it, but I don't know the specific context of this clip. But it's him and this girl and they sit on the sofa and they watch Twilight and then, you know, there's this apple scene where Bella drops an apple and then Edward kind of like kicks it up with his boot and he catches it and then Taemin's like, I can do that. And then he does it, but he fails. Moving on. Next, I'm also going to put this one in the I don't get it tier, and it's Girls' Generation's comeback with Forever One. Just because I'm not into Girls' Generation, I understand technically that it was awesome for them all to come together and release the song, which I listened to the song and I cried, to be honest. I get goosebumps every time I listen to it. It's just, wow, it's heartwarming, it's touching, it's really cute. But I'm just gonna put it in the I don't get it tier because I just am not touched by this moment of time in K-pop, even though it is so iconic and everybody loved it. Okay, I'm gonna play two videos. I'm not gonna give you audio for this. I'm gonna rank it and then we're moving on. I'm not even gonna say anything about this. We have 2 moments left, and this one, I don't know how to explain this. I had to research what this was about because the only thing in my mind was BTS girlfriends, and try to type BTS girlfriends into Google and get the result that I was looking for. I'm talking about the Love Yourself highlight reels. Do you remember them? Remember how BTS had like girlfriends in them and like Jin's girlfriend got hit by a car? And then we find out that Ryujin and Yuna from ITZY were in there and it was like a whole movie thing and Jimin was in love with Hobi's girlfriend and then she got injured and he was like carrying her through the rain. It was this whole thing and I don't think we ever got an explanation for that. They just dropped it and then I think they never really addressed it ever again. I was so confused. And I think this was the moment in time where people started the whole, forget about him, I want to date her. Yeah, sure you do. It was so confusing, but it was so good. It was just, I was eating that shit up. It was so good. Like the cinematography was everything, but also storylines were really, it was just a moment in time that was so different. Simpler times. You just had to be there when those reels dropped, the highlight reels dropped for each member. You just had to be present to live through that moment. And then we have one last moment, which I'm also going to, it's not a specific moment, to be honest. It's like a period of time. I'm gonna put it in the you just had to be there tier. And I'm talking about the period of time, like pre-idols being slutty era, where we were going feral over ankles and foreheads. Technically, that's all I need to say. But I'm just going to explain it a little bit further. Like these days, we have idols like walking around shirtless or showing titties. Like especially male idols, they're just wilding. They're just like naked on stage or whatever. And like back in the day, dude, we saw some parted hair, a part in the hair, some forehead or an ankle. We saw a forearm, which you were going to be burned at the stake if you were looking at it for too long because it was so revealing. Different times, really. The same thing when Jungkook had tattoos. Dude, we were looking for little tiny hints of his tattoos or whatever, and now the new army, baby armies or whatever, or like the new wave of fans, they get him like shirtless. Fucking in 7, the dude is talking 7 days a week. 7 days a week. You get an explicit song and we got his ankle? I'm just saying, I think I qualify as part of the wave of K-pop stans that are the bravest, and we deserve everything. Okay? We had it much harder. We had much less, a little bit more cringe, okay? Honestly, there's so many more moments you can rank. This is, I mean, K-pop has been around for a while, and there's a lot of iconic K-pop moments. I never wore earrings! Oh no! Y'all think I'm not fashionable. I am, I promise. I just forgot. I have to be at work in like an hour. This was kind of fun. I thought it was kind of fun to like look back at the times of K-pop where things were a little bit more wild, okay? I wanted to go down memory lane. I wanted to look back at a few key moments in time, a few historic moments in K-pop that changed everybody's lives, and rank them because I'm always right. My opinion is the only one that matters. I have things to say. And if you don't agree with me, then that's on you because I'm always right. If you have any more iconic moments, then let me know about them. Bye.